Hello, citizens of the verse. Once again, I posted a loaded question to all of you. Of course the 600i is worth buying. Maybe not to someone like me, but I can definitely see who it would be appealing to. It's hard not to start instantly comparing it to the other luxury ships with regards to its overall statistics, price, and basic dimensions. It's just barely longer than a Constellation while being noticeably wider and a little taller. While the jump is significantly longer, taller, and wider, yet they nearly weigh the same. I'm more than a little curious about why that is. Is it plated in thick armor, or is it being weighed down by the ridiculous amount of missiles that it comes with? So who would find this ship worthwhile to purchase? It's a multi-purpose luxury cruise ship that can be run by a small crew while providing the protection and style of a larger vessel. That's the tagline right there. I can see this being a very attractive option to someone who isn't planning on running with a large crew, yet doesn't want to sacrifice having the size and power that a vessel with a larger crew can bring to the table. It could also appeal to people who have a penchant for multi-purpose ships. After all, who wants to buy an expensive fleet of ships when you can pay a little extra and have one that does nearly everything you need? It's going to be the most nimble among all the luxury craft, holding 12 maneuvering thrusters unlike the Phoenix's 8 or the Jump's 10. It also has a redundant shield system of an unknown max size at this time, meaning that it could be a lot harder of a nut to crack and incur a lot less in repair costs per mission. This ship is not only well defended, it's also well armed, coming with 3 size 5 fixed mounted guns. That's going to do a significant amount of damage if it gets you caught in its crosshairs. And it has 4 size 3 missile racks. Each size 3 rack is labeled as 16X. Now, am I reading that correctly? Because if I am, this ship is going to be a missile boat onto itself. One downside is the cargo capacity, which is a disappointing 16 SCUs, especially if you stack that number up against the Phoenix's 66 SCU capacity and the Jump's 360. Another thing is the exploration model may come with a rover, but the touring version doesn't even come with a runabout, and most likely won't even have the hangar space to shelter one. And for the price you're paying for this ship, I would definitely be expecting at least a little something extra. It's going to be a lot easier to paint a more accurate picture of this ship after the Q&A session has been posted sometime next week. At times they even do a second follow-up to the first Q&A session where they answer even more questions. The one and only question that I'm interested in asking is, how do they see the 600i stacking up in the lineup among the other luxury ships? And some additional questions for this ship would be, where is the extra weight coming from? Also, do they plan on offering any kind of runabout or snub fighter options to come along with it other than the rover, or are they going to be designing something especially for it in the future? And who is this ship particularly being aimed at? Are the statistics for the numbers of missiles that it comes with correct? Are they planning on allowing it to keep the 3 size 5 guns? Are there any plans on adding some kind of in-house facilities like a medical bay, mechanical repair station, or even a brig? What is it about this ship that justifies a price tag that costs even more than a Carrack, yet on the surface seems to hold less options? Is there something more about this ship that they're not telling us? So far, the ship seems to perfectly fit in line with what I would expect a company like Origin Jumpworks to create. It holds to the same pervading ethos that runs throughout the 300 series, one that puts an emphasis on comfort and style in a way that seems to almost supersede its intended purpose. And although I am more of a fan of ships that are singular of purpose and end up being the best at what they do, I'm still interested in hearing more about this ship and seeing how it develops over the next couple of weeks. Thank you very much for your time, enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope to be seeing you again, hopefully flying wing to wing very soon in the verse.